Hello and welcome once again in the part of question tag. In the previous video, we have seen the positive question tag means positive statement with a negative question tag. We have seen the definition, the uses of question tag, the intonation which we use in question tag, and the positive statements with the negative question tag. And in this second video, we are going to learn positive question tags. If you remember, in the first video, we have seen that if the statement is positive, we add a negative question tag. And if the statement is negative, we have to add a positive tag. So, let's learn with this example. Question tags are used when asking for agreement for confirmation. A negative statement, what we have to do? We have to add a positive question tag. Now see, the negative sentence, you aren't a teacher. You aren't a teacher, are not. Here the contract form, is a short form we have use of are not. To be's verb is here. So what we have to do? The same to be's verb we have to add here. Are you? What is this? Positive, because here the negative form is used. So in the question tag we have to use the positive form. Are you? And the question mark. Next sentence. He isn't crazy. Is he? Again, isn't we have make it into positive is. He wasn't relaxed. Was he? They weren't late. Were they? So these four statements are with the to be's verb forms. Now, if we see the below statements, these are the negative but without the helping verbs, but we have used do and did. You don't speak French, do you? So, the same verb will be transformed into the question tag. You didn't study for the test, did you? This might you have asked so many times to your friend when there is a test. Next examples. You haven't been here all week, have you? You hadn't done it before then, had you? You won't fail the exam. If you remember, yesterday in the previous video we have seen won't when there was will in the same statement. So when we have to add a positive, here we have to take will you. Then the modal auxiliaries. You can't drive a car, can you? You couldn't do it for me, could you? We mustn't say anything, must we? You shouldn't be so busy, should you? You wouldn't stop me, would you? Now, there is one important note which we have to keep in our mind. Statements using barely, hardly, neither, no, nobody, none, nothing and seldom are treated as negative statements. We know that when we have to say that I am doing the work very rarely, so we use hardly. It means it is near about no only. Neither also we use for negative. Nobody. When we say nobody is there, it means we are telling that there is no one. So it is a negative statement. Now, let's see the example with this. Nobody went to the meeting. Now, nobody, this is for plural. So, we use went is the past form of go. So, what we have to use here? Did they. Next sentence. Nothing is ready. Is it? Nothing. It is used for the thing. That's why we have used the pronoun it. And the previous sentence, nobody. Nobody we use for people, person. And so, we have used they, the pronoun they. So, understood? If the statements are with these words, barely, hardly, neither, no, nobody, none, any one of that, then we have to see whether this negative statement is used for person. If it is used for person, we have to use they. And if it is used for the thing, we have to use pronoun it. So, clear this part? I hope. One more time you can look the sentences so it will be clear to you. Now let's see the examples for positive statement but with the tenses. Now you see the first, that is present simple, means simple present tense, and there again we have to see two different kind, that is to be and other verbs. She is American, isn't she? Is the to be's verb. And the second statement, they do morning exercise regularly. Do, that is the other verb, means the main verb. And do is the first form, so we know it is a simple present tense. And which question tag we have added? The negative. Don't they. Present continuous. The children are sleeping, aren't they? Because are is already used in the statement. So we can use the same in the question tag. Simple past. Again to be plus other verbs. The sentence of to be, you were at home, weren't you? And other verbs, he cleaned his room, didn't he? Clean, that is the V2 form of the verb clean. See the next statement, that is past continuous. Tim was watching television, wasn't he? Because was is used in the statement. Now present perfect. Present perfect has plus V3. He has written 5 letters, hasn't he? Has is already used in the statement. Present perfect continuous. They have been traveling since last October, haven't they? Past perfect. You had lunch. Had plus V3. Here 2 times had is used. First had is the to be's and second had is the main verb. That is the past form of have. You have had lunch, hadn't you? Past perfect continuous. He had been running, hadn't he? Now simple future. She will bring you a cup of tea, won't she? Will turn into won't. Future continuous. They will be arriving soon, won't they? Future perfect. She will have forgotten everything, won't she? Future perfect continuous. He will have been cooking all day, won't he? And the modal auxiliary verbs. John must stay at home, mustn't he? So it is clear that if in the given statement the helping verbs or the modal verbs are used, we have to use the same, only we have to see it is in positive or negative. According to that, we have to add that in the question tag and then the pronoun. Only when we have to take care, if these verbs are not there, then we have to see the main verbs form, whether it is V1 or V2. According to that, we have to use do, does or did. Now here also one more note is given. Negative auxiliaries and verbs in tags are usually in their contracted form. Already we have discussed this. For negative statement, the auxiliary and verb in tag are positive. She is not American, is she? This all with the detailed examples we have learned earlier. This already we have discussed, but again individually I want you to understand it. That is formation of no auxiliary verb. It means if there is no modal auxiliary also and even the primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary means am, is, are, was, were, shall, will, have, has, had. If these are not there, then what we have to do? When there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, what we have to use? Do or does for simple present and did for the simple past. Because in all other tenses you will get the auxiliary verbs. Okay. So examples. Keith washes his car, doesn't he? Washes, that is the es added to the main verb wash, and so we have used here does. Leo read Harry Potter, didn't he? Now with this read we can understand this is V2, because if it could be V1 it should also have S or ES, but it doesn't have that, so we know it is the second form. Didn't he? Because if it is third form, then here it will be used have, has or had. Then Joe didn't finish the report, that is the negative statement, and now we have to add a positive, so did he? So understood? when there is no auxiliary verb used in the statement, we have to use do or does for the present tense and did for the simple past. While telling you the negative tags, I have told you that there are some exceptions, that are the statements of imperative and let. Imperative sentences. This already we have learned in the sentences video. For both positive and negative imperative sentences, we use will you. Let me alone. Will you? Let us finish the show. Will you? Because when we use imperative sentence, we know that the subject is you there. Close the door. Will you? Don't be late again. This is the negative statement. And still also we have used the positive question tag. So what we have to remember? That whenever there is imperative sentence or the let sentence, we have to add only a positive question tag. Let us go for a drink, shall we? Let us not disturb her, shall we? Understood? This is only in the imperative sentence and the sentence begins with let. If the statements has this thing, this, that, these or those. When the sentence has the word this and that, we have to use in the question it. And these and those, we know that this we use for the plural, so they. See the examples. That is your laptop, isn't it? These CDs are for Joe, aren't they? In the first sentence, it is used for the laptop. Second, aren't is used for the CDs because it is in the plural form. Eating more fruit and vegetables help you keep the doctor away, don't they? So I hope now all the parts of question tag is clear to you and you will be able to solve the worksheet given on question tag. Thank you.